Donald Trump will come to the UK for a state visit and loves the royal family, but there will be protests, claimed royal experts. The former U.S. president is set to be inaugurated once again in January after winning in the elections last month. Trump was famously fond of the late Queen Elizabeth, and the then Prince Charles, during his first presidency. He is said to have enormous respect for the royal family and adored the late monarch. The Sun's royal photographer Arthur Edwards and Sky Royal correspondent Rhiannon Mills spoke to the Sun's royal editor Matt Wilkinson about another state visit. Speaking on the Sun's royal exclusive show, Mr. Edwards said, "He loves it here. He loved our late Queen. He mentioned it many times. The fact his mother was from Scotland, he might well do that. And he's got a couple of golf courses here." Ms. Mills continued. The state visits are seen as the biggest diplomatic pat on the back that the UK can give to anybody, which is why I think as soon as we have an inauguration for Donald Trump, the chatter will be about when is he coming over for a state visit. The royal family is just an amazing gift for our government in terms of maintaining relationships. Whatever people think about Donald Trump, he did seem to get on well with the then Prince Charles despite their different views. It's about the office, it's not about the man. Mr. Edwards added. He was elected. If he comes over here, we have to give him a welcome. As you say, there will be protests. But that's because we live in a country where you can protest, whereas in Russia you go to prison. It's a great country to live in. It comes as another expert claimed King Charles and Trump will disagree on several points should they meet for a state visit. Journalist Chris Shipp said on the Sun's royal exclusive show, "He has met them, Charles and William, before, and I think the key point will be on a state visit, when he gets an invitation to come to the US. I think he really did adore Queen Elizabeth. The problem he is going to have with King Charles is on policy. There's a president who wants to, in his words, drill, 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 and a king who is a very keen environmentalist worried about sustainability and climate change. That is not one of Donald Trump's priorities. Trump has already vowed to pull America out of the 2015 Global Paris Agreement, which aims to limit dangerous global warming. Trump is also expected to roll back parts of the Inflation Reduction Act, the signature climate legislation of Mr. Biden's presidency, and has signaled a support for more fossil fuel extraction. Meanwhile, the climate is a huge priority for King Charles and Prince William. Wills has been in South Africa to present his Environmental Earthshot Prize and believes major firms, alongside governments, need to do more. Nevertheless, Trump is still said to be very fond of the king, and royal author Phil Dampier said Charles would be extremely popular if he took a trip across the pond. Also speaking on the Sun's royal exclusive show, Mr. Dampier added, "I would have thought a trip to the States would be a great thing as well. Whoever gets in, Trump seems to be very fond of the king. Obviously he'd like to have him. That would be enormous, if the king and queen went to America."